Welcome to the Mario era, chapter 177.
It's Mario. There was something really different about the intro right now because
it's off, man.
Because we're having breakfast.
Didn't even give us a countdown.
Yeah.
Oh,
we have.
Toast does the professional. Yeah,
he does in 3, 2,
in 3, 2, 1. Because the OBB are doing breakfast without Toast today, boys and girls.
Yeah,
we gave
busy.
Toast. We gave Toast the day off, and in his stead, Maestro extraordinaire,
yes,
Mr. Jenners himself.
There
Hi,
he is.
everybody. This is so weird. Toast isn't here. Scoop doesn't have a hat on. I don't know what's going on.
I've got a treat for you.
Oh no!
Oh no!
It's
new. It's new.
Oh,
that's a new one.
Hat?
It's a new one.
You never found the old Bange hat.
Never found the old one.
That disappeared.
That's like that is unsolved mysteries, man.
Yeah, and you know what? Show. And you know what? I didn't want to be a jerk about it because I was very specific.
Okay.
Right? Notice anything wrong with the hat?
It's not all black.
Well, I didn't have a choice. They didn't have an all black hat.
Mm-hmm. The font's a little high.
It's high. It's high. And
it's got a Peyton Manning forehead under it.
I don't like it. I'm not a fan.
But you need it. I like it. I think it's awesome.
I didn't
notice the font was too high until you said something.
I said, I need you to make sure the font isn't too high. Right? That's the one thing I told this guy. He's not the normal guy. And I said, I need you to be sure. I need you to be sure that he's like, no. I actually sometimes put it too low. And I was like, okay, get it as low as you can because I know that'll end up centering it. Right. I go back and pick it up and I look at it and I'm like, what am I supposed to fucking say to this guy?
It was the complete opposite. You just did the complete opposite of what I told you to do.
100%.
You wanted font high.
I'm like, if I look up, you can't even see it. Like it's gone.
Oh, it's
entirely. Look how high it is.
Damn, this penguin.
It's like on top of my head. Anyway,
oh my goodness.
I have it. The Bange is back, but
works,
I got to get a different one because I'm looking at myself and I hate it.
These are the things that get under your skin.
I'm so OCD.
Oh my god,
that little
OCD
font, man.
When did OCD become a thing? Like when we were growing up, like that term didn't exist, right? And it was just like out of nowhere, right? OCD became a thing. When did it become a thing? How? Like, do we recall when this happened? It wasn't when we were kids. We never heard anybody. I never looked at my buddy in high school or even college and said, "Bro, you got OCD."
Yeah,
never said that.
Yeah,
I don't know when it happened.
It's a good question.
That was a good question.
No idea at all. Probably sometime in the 90s.
Oh, you know what I can do? Maybe I'll just tape a line. I'll cut out a line and tape a line underneath it.
Underline it, break it up a
and
little.
Underline it, and it'll look as though like the whole thing's centered, and then I don't have to go back to the store.
He's just literally going to stare at that.
It's going to drive you nuts the whole show.
I hate it. I didn't even want to put it on.
Get a new one.
I didn't even want to put it on.
That's why he had to be told to put it on.
My favorite is it wasn't the normal guy. When there's a normal guy, it was a regular.
It wasn't the normal guy.
Yeah,
the normal guy wasn't there. He was on vacation.
Oh.
And I was and I knew it wasn't going to go well.
So you go to this guy.
At least found it, right? Go ahead.
You go to this guy and you're like the guy when he comes back, not this guy, the normal guy. And you go to the normal guy. I told your buddy. I bet you as soon as you give him the hat, the first thing he's going to say, "Why is the font so high?" And you bargain with him. You're like, "Yeah, let me get a new one."
Yeah. I want a new one.
Oh, now it's craft hour.
Oh my goodness!
Now it's arts and crafts time.
Hey, you know what, Scoop? While you have your hat off, man, David Lake is the hair guy, but you're closing the gap, bro. Look at this.
Look at that.
Look at this.
That is very Lake-esh hair. You're right.
Yeah, no, I've gone a little longer. It's a little poofy there, but I've gone a little longer, shorter on the sides, heavy part, and I quite like it, to be honest with you. Everyone likes it.
Give him a Flanagan's cup, and David Lake is shaking his boots.
So just tape Bange across your forehead and call it a day, son.
There it is. Just Bange.
B on my forehead. Yeah. So I'm not upset about my hair either.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All's going well, and I got some new glasses, and here, let's put those on for you.
Everything's coming up
The
Miller.
one so I can see. Well, I have to be able to see. So I got some glasses I can see with.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
So here we are on a Wednesday night. There's a lot going on.
There is.
There is
Irish
a lot.
scoop.
I actually quite like my hair.
You heard
better
it, though,
than the
Jennings,
hat,
right?
So I might just wear the hair here.
You heard it, right?
What's that?
I need tape.
You heard Irish Scoop again, right?
Oh, Irish
What'd I
Scoop
say?
came out. I didn't hear it.
Oh, go back and listen to it and mark it when he says, "There's a lot going on."
There's a lot going on here.
Yeah, it's
Sure
like
is.
Conor McGregor.
I need
Sure
tape.
is.
Sure is.
Pardon me. Hold on.
Oh,
Don't
you're
go down to
pardoned.
Greentree yet.
No.
You're pardoned.
no.
We'll go to the Greentree when we're ready.
It's
What
an
the
Irish
hell?
Scoop just pops up in the most
Bro,
random places.
You know he's off. So for people listening on the pod and not seeing this, he's got so much OCD. And here's the thing: he doesn't even realize that Jenners and I are so in tune to it. We're just gonna keep hanging him on.
Oh,
He doesn't see
let-
it coming.
let him-
Man,
let
that
him-
font's really high.
Dude, it's the first thing I noticed was like, it's way up here.
Oh, it's not that high.
What are you talking about? That's crazy. You're crazy.
And we'll
It's
try to
it's
sneak in.
perfectly fine.
We'll try to sneak in how many times the word high. Yeah, it's really high. All right. Oh, we're back. Hey, Scoop, welcome back.
All right, back. You good?
Yeah. Where do you think Toast is right now? You think he's really high? High.
He
High.
could be. Yeah,
It's really high.
he's working. They got
Oh,
high
yeah.
goals.
Working. He's
So-
working.
They got high goals.
Yeah, he's just working his ass off.
He's on his high horse.
Yeah.
He's working.
He's working.
He is working.
All right. He's working. All right. Is
All
it
right.
time for the Green Tree?
Hold on. Well, no, we're still in
You
arts
can,
and
yeah,
crafts.
you
hour.
go. I can.
Get a couple
multitask.
elbow macaronis on there. We're in good
I
shape.
can double. I can multitask this.
Okay. Well, here we go.
Fight 72. Fight 800.
Go!
Product dip.
There it is.
There's Braylon.
There she is.
She's
in
there.
full form.
Well, I mean, where do you guys want to start on Green Tree this week?
There's a lot going on down there.
There is a lot going on down on Green Tree. What's
Toast?
at the top of your radar?
Toast in here.
What's that?
Yeah, you're Toast. We're waiting on you.
Oh, you're waiting on me to give you a topic so you can discuss?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You want to start with Athlon Sports?
Sure.
What do they have to say?
Okay.
They used to be entertaining.
Yeah, we talked about that before. Yeah, Athlon used to be good. Their ratings came out this week. They have Miami rated number 10
10 in
going
the
into
country.
the season. 10 in the country. Here's Athlon's number 10. They're the second ACC team. Clemson comes in at number 5. Their list was number 1, Texas. Number
Okay.
2, Penn State. I don't know if I feel good about that either. I don't know how I feel about that
I
either.
don't know.
All right.
I'm not that high on it.
No.
Nah.
No.
Okay. Penn
we go.
State there you go. Goes back to the OBB. And we pulled
Centered.
the ripcord.
I can't. I'm gonna have to go back and get it remade. I
Yeah,
can't
when
do
it's the sponsor section, though, you got to put that back on, though.
Yeah,
I got it right here.
You know, they have high goals.
They
I just
do.
can't do it.
They have high hopes for what we're going to do here.
Yeah.
Our Ohio State, Penn State comes in at number 2, a little high on the list. Number 3, Ohio State. Number 4, Georgia. Number 5, Clemson. Clemson comes in 5. Notre Dame is 6. LSU is 7. Alabama is 8. Oregon is 9, and Miami is 10.
So you've got a top 10 matchup to kick off the season, 6 versus 10 in the Athlon.
Correct. In the Athlon ranking, for whatever the hell it's worth anymore.
Is there what are we? Is there a preseason out yet? That's too early for that, right?
Probably a little too early. Yeah.
But it's a
Soon,
good
though. We're in
indicator. I mean,
July.
I don't think it's going to be totally off. You might have a plus or minus 3 there, right? University of Miami, I think at the low end is going to come in at 13 when they have an ESPN ranking. You see what Mario Cristobal is able to do. I mean, we call it the offseason championship. We call it the offseason. Get your offseason champion tickets, offseason, season tickets. But you see what Mario Cristobal has been able to do, revamping the roster. They know it's a lot of talent. They know it's a lot of talent down at the Green Tree. So just need to make it wins this year. Shannon Dawson has a track record. Mr. Hederman, we need you. But I have high hopes for this season. I do. I think 10's about right for me. I don't know if that sounds blasphemous, but I think it is. They got a lot of talent. They got Carson Beck is their QB, right? They got a stable of running backs, good running backs. Wide receiver, we know we have question mark, but who's going to end up being the guy? Okay, no big deal. Great tight end. And the offensive line is going to be arguably the best offensive line in strength in the ACC. because that's what Mario Cristobal does. So on the defensive side of the ball, you got two potential All-American cornerbacks. Safeties, I think you're going to upgrade because they have a pulse and they're on the field, they're going to be an upgrade. Linebackers, I think you got a little bit more athletic. And you got Jason Taylor as a defensive line coach. I think they're at 10. I think that's fair.
How'd you guys feel about Texas being at 1?
They got a lot of talent too now.
They got a lot of talent. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how legit Arch Manning is.
Oh, well, speaking of Arch Manning, did you? Yeah, we could talk about a guy because you heard your boy Finebaum, what he said.
Oh, here you go.
I think there's a reasonably good chance that Arch Manning will be sitting on the front row in New York at the Heisman ceremony. That's assuming that his team does what it's supposed to do. I believe also that Arch Manning is the best college football quarterback we have seen since Tim Tebow entered the scene in 2006.
What's he basing that off of?
I will tell you, it is marching orders from the SEC. They're better at it than everybody else.
Yeah, of course.
They are. See, this is when they started the campaign.
Quarterback to enter college football since Tim Tebow.
Right, and he could end up having half the numbers Tim Tebow did, right? But if he has a decent season, the guy's going to win the Heisman because they started the campaign now. He's got the name. He's got the name, brand, and recognition. Now he's got the hype machine behind him. Your boy. Sure. Your boy. That's your boy, Scoop. How you feeling about this?
Oh, my God. No, let's go back to I don't care about Texas. I don't care about Arch Manning either.
Too high. They're too high on that list.
It's just too high. They're just not that good. What if we don't have? I'm not sure. Do we have a prototypical tight end? What if? I don't know. What if Elijah's just not that prototypical guy? What if we have to use him in other ways? Which I think we can. I think the guy from Tulane, the transfer from Tulane, is legit, right? He was a legit prototypical tight end for Tulane, had a very good year last year. I'm concerned. I keep saying this. I'm concerned with the receivers as a whole. I love Lofton. I think he might be the best player on the team overall. But how do they utilize him? Are they going to be effective in being creative with him? And I think that that's something that we just don't know, right? I mean, Carson Beck is used to having really good tight ends. He's been at Georgia with obviously probably the best tight end to come out of college football in I don't know how long with Bowers, right? That was his guy. His Bowers last year in college. And then he had like 2 or 3 really good tight ends last year. Is Lofton that guy for him? I would love for Lofton to be that guy for him. I'd love for him to be the Bowers that he's used to seeing.
I'm going to see your prototype. I might concede to it. And I'm going to raise you to an archetype. Okay? He's just going to be a guy that, okay, he's not going to be in the typical situation of a prototype tight end where you're going to see him like Bowers, where you're going to say, okay, you're 11 set personnel. You got 1 running back, 1 tight end, and he's either in line or next, it might be flexed out sometimes.
Well, Bowers was outside a lot too.
Okay, so there you go. But I see it where he's the guy where you can now, okay, you're 11 set, but now you're like 21 because now you're 20 because now he's back as a running back. Right. And Bowers, that wasn't his cup of tea, but we know Elijah Lofton has been in that variety, especially in the spring game last year. Right. So you can put him in as a fullback. Right now, he's kind of a mismatch for, a linebacker if he goes out into a passing concept. He can flex out. He can be in line. I just think he's more of an archetype. So even if he's not that guy that Carson Beck looks for, I still think it's going to be okay. I think he is the ultimate window dressing for this offense. I think just with him on the field, with the personnel grouping of just him as a tight end and 1 running back, you open up a multiplicative avenue for the University of Miami to have really good success. And it's really going to check a lot of defensive coordinators in our conference because they don't know what he's going to do. And I would make that a goal. You make sure that you get your playmakers enough touches because they make you look good. You get your playmakers the ball. But Elijah Lofton, I would find a way every week to just get it in his hands differently, to make it look differently, to put him in a different situation every single time, just so it just gives the opposing defensive coordinators fits.
I think he has to be your ex.
Your Restrepo?
I think
see it
he's
differently.
got to. I think he's got to be the dependable guy. X being the dependable guy. I think that's got to be the security blanket. I mean, X was the security blanket for Cam. He was. The
I love
security
Xavier
blanket for Kyler.
Restrepo. I love Xavier Restrepo, but Xavier Restrepo really corners the market in terms of tight end real estate. And we've talked about this, Scoop. When you leave a lot of choice routes for a slot guy,
we don't have an X now.
Exactly. So what I think you just divide it. We're going to buy his property. We're going to buy Xavier Restrepo Street. We're going to take his house, and now we're going to make it a duplex. We're going to say, Elijah Lofton, you're not always going to live in the middle of the field. We're going to move you around, and we're going to be your window dressing. And when you're not in the middle of the field, now we got another slot guy because we have 7 of them on the roster. They will occupy the middle of the field. I just think you're not going to replace Xavier Restrepo, but you have a better opportunity here if you make it a duplex, Scoop.
I like it. I will say I watched I had like 3 minutes of spare time, and I came across some stuff of Carson Beck. And I did watch some stuff of him today because I was doing prep. You believe that? I was doing some show prep.
Because you knew Toast wasn't going to be here?
Yeah. So I figured that, I wanted to be sure that the day that he wasn't here that I was prepared.
I love it.
Just to piss him off when he comes back.
Perfect.
Yeah. So what I found really interesting or very appealing, very exciting, I would say, that made me go, oh, okay, is that I know your affinity towards him having a very strong arm, high level elite arm talent, maybe
second to Stephen Morris,
maybe the best since Stephen Morris. I get it. I will say, and I think this was more prevalent in the videos that I saw and more meaningful to me. His touch, his accuracy, and his ability to be accurate on levels was severely impressive. Like very, very impressive. His ability to be on the different levels, different tempo, different speed on the ball, different height on the ball, different placement, really, really attractive. So I was more taken. I was like, yeah, that's fantastic. It reminded me a lot of Brad Kaya. His ability to get to different levels, making it easy for the receivers to catch the football. It was fun to watch. It got me a little excited. I'm not going to lie.
He's excited, folks. He's high up there.
Excited. When you look at the wide receivers room, do you feel like we still need to try and chase down Tristan Keys?
Yes.
Oh, you got to have Tristan Keys. He's not playing this year anyway, but
right,
I mean, you can't not let the guy. You can't not go after him.
Give me the dudes. I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. You try to improve your roster
this year.
You try to improve your roster as much as you can. As much as you can. You always try to improve your roster with as great as talent as you can. And I think that's going to be the catalyst for the University of Miami when I think we're going to turn the corner. We're going to turn the corner when you start to bring those wide receivers back home. All right?
Cool.
All right. That's when other teams turn the corner. That's when Alabama made its run. They got those dudes to be on their roster. Calvin Ridley's of the world, Julio Jones and stuff like that. Like it did it with wide receivers, partially from down here. The same thing needs to happen here.
Yeah. Cool. I mean, we're losing the Russell kid, which we were never really in the picture for, but he's a 5-star talent apparently. That's going to be elsewhere. Hopefully not at Florida State. Florida State's doing a damn good job of recruiting. So hopefully he doesn't end up there. But I mean, and look, that's what makes it interesting because he's like his mom is a legend on campus, is an alumni. It's one of those things where how does that get missed, right? How does that not connect? But it's just another top end wide receiver that doesn't want to come here from here. It's a remarkable trait that we have down here with the inability to grab potentially the top receiver in the Tri-County area year after year after year after year. And look, you got JoJo Trader, and he was a somewhat consensus 5-star. He was the second best player on his team. We know that. but you lost the guy. You lost a guy who could have played in the NFL last year as a true freshman. The best true receiver to come out of South Florida since Andre Johnson. And so, yeah, you got JoJo, but name me the last receiver other than him. And you got Stacey Coley. Right? I mean, so
that was such a good day when he committed.
It was a really great day. It was.
Didn't see it happen.
No.
Didn't see it happening. And then he picked that U hat, and I was like, whoa, we're back, baby.
It was great. But we cannot secure the commitment of the top receiver in the Tri-County area, no matter what year it is.
Achilles heel. And that's what I think. That's when you see the University of Miami finally turn the corner, because it's going to deal with playmakers. Like, we had the playmaker. The guy used to be called playmaker. We got to keep those guys home. The generational ones, not the damn. We have a lot of damn really good ones. We know that. All right. There's no disrespect to you. The generational ones, the ones that literally you see a bunch of thoroughbreds that like all just show up on a field together, but there's usually only that one thoroughbred that has that nice mythical horn that sits upon his head for 12 inches to 24. And that's a unicorn. When we keep the unicorns in the stables, in the gables, big things are going to happen.
Look, when was and all of them, if you want to go back year after year after year after year after year, all of them have been wildly successful at the schools they've gone to and gone on to play at the NFL. You named them. Right? They've all done it. Just none of them have done it for us. So
Been a minute.
And we didn't get the top rated guy this year either. So I don't know. But you're right. I think that's
an economic forecaster. That's it. It's our groundhog, right? It's like when he comes out
the corner, right?
Something's going to happen. It's the same thing here. When we keep that wide receiver home, big things are going to happen. You'll see. What else we got?
I just can't get past the 12-inch mythical horn. That just threw me for a loop there.
I said stables in the gables. That was nice.
That was a good one. Do you care at all about the EA college football rankings?
It's fun.
It's fun. I guess it's
care is a strong word. Is it fun?
Anything aside from conversation?
I mean, listen, it'll piss some kids off when they're like, "What do you mean I'm only 74 in speed?" It pisses some kids off.
It does.
It definitely does.
There were only 3 Canes that got rankings in the new EA College Football 26 higher than 90.
Carson Beck?
He's one of them. Yeah, 91.
Ooh, I don't think they.
Two.
Francis.
Yeah, he was the highest ranker on the board, 93.
And then I might want to say, Are they that in tune where they would actually go a Nez Cooper over 90 because he should be?
No.
Right? Running back?
No.
Bree Lucas.
Oh my God. It's not that hard.
Just
go ahead, Scooby.
Reuben Bain.
It's Reuben Bain.
Oh, okay.
I
forgot about it.
I mean, Jesus.
Pardon me.
We went halfway down the roster.
Yeah,
and I'm halfway down my whiskey.
There we go.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Halfway down the whiskey.
It's all right. Yeah, okay. Look, I think you're right. I think Inez Cooper may ultimately be the best lineman in the NFL off this team. So yeah, but they're not that in tune. And look, Carson Beck being over 90, he's thrown for, like, I read some stat. That dude, now consider this. Everyone thought last year he was not very good.
Not very
and there were a couple of reasons. We've said this. There's one reason, and then there's another reason. And he still has thrown for 7,500 yards and 52 touchdowns the last 2 years. He's still pretty good, right?
Oh, he's a good talent. He's absolutely a good talent. The ceiling for me is a first-round talent. He's a ceiling for me is first-round talent. Floor is like a third, right? Still, okay, because with the Cam Ward hysteria in the past, he's going to get compared to Cam enough, right? We're not trying to perpetuate that. But it's not like you follow up the first overall talent with somebody that goes in the first 3 rounds of the quarterback talent, you're doing pretty good, right? You name other schools who pull that off, it's not very many, right? You think about before Cam Ward, how many quarterbacks we got drafted, it wasn't very many, So I think you take that with a grain of salt. I like the fact that EA puts him over 90. He's remarkable talent. We'll sing his praise. There's things like, and student the 5 questions, that's coming off the books. And when that hat comes off, the student of the game hat comes on, and we're so excited to break that out and roll that back out on the Orange Bowl Boys channel. And we're going to watch every game. We're going to watch every throw. We're going to watch every snap. We're going to break it down. And I can't wait to see Carson Beck in this offense. I can't wait to see how him and Shannon Dawson jive, right?
Well, speaking of the offense came in with an EA ranking of 89.
Good.
Tied with, I think, 6 other teams. Clemson, LSU, Alabama, Notre Dame, Florida, and Miami all had an offensive ranking of 89.
Florida, they give they give a lot of hype because of their quarterback, and it's
all
unjustifiable.
on
It's Anthony Richards 2.0.
100%.
Yeah.
2.0.
And then the top 4 teams were all tied at 91: Texas, Penn State, Ohio State, and Arizona State.
Wow, dilly.
Up at 91.
Isn't that crazy?
I always like that guy as an offensive coordinator. He's got like good moxie as a head coach. Young dude, kind of coarse, kind of brash, kind of in your face, but I know players will respond to that.
Good for a soundbite. Great for a soundbite.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. We always have good audio from him. And then the last thing Canes related that I saw this week that was on my radar was, speaking of ratings and rankings, Alex Mirabal and Jason Taylor both finished as top 10 recruiters in the country. On
Not surprised.
Lists that were published by 24/7. So
they do it differently, right? Alex Mirabal, they do it differently. Alex Mirabal has the pedigree of doing it a long time, the experience, and he's put so many guys in the league, right? He doesn't look the part. He's the Charles Xavier of offensive line coaches. Like the leader of the X-Men was somebody who was sitting in a wheelchair. The leader of the offensive line recruiting world is the size of a jockey. And then you got Jason Taylor, the Adonis, right? The Greek god. He does it with a gold jacket, but he just does it in a way where it's just natural for him. He's like the natural born rookie. It was said very early when he was kind of like on the radar. They're like, who the best recruiter in the building is? And everybody said Mario, the Loafers. We know that. And they said, by far, the next closest guy is Jason Taylor. He just has it. So they do it in a myriad of different ways, but it's fun to watch because Mario knew as the CEO, it starts in the trenches, and those guys get it done in the trenches.
All right. Anything else on the Greentree that you guys wanted to hit on?
I'm good, Poppy.
All right.
Take it over, boss.
Here we go. If you've seen the Bange, the new one is here.
Hey, listen. Paul Bange Roofing, what can you say? It's been raining. Boys, it's blue tarp season. It has been raining a lot. And you need the protection over your head. When life throws you lemons, you call Paul Bange, right? Because they're usually throwing those lemons on your roof. And there's only one number to call. One number, and you know the number. 981-ROOF. 561-954-305. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter!
It doesn't matter what the prefix is. The end is the same. A perfectly built roof, a perfectly rebuilt roof. It's high up there. It's high in the stratosphere of all things in highness. Your Highness. It's Paul Bange Roofing. And what's his name, Scoop?
Paul.
And what do you say to Paul other than hi?
Give me a call.
Hi, I'm Paul. Give me a call. Hi.
Hey.
Hi. Yeah, it's hi. All right.
I don't know if bringing the hat any lower helped the...
I was trying to make it.
Yeah, I know. You were trying to get it even.
Doesn't work, though.
No. Bring the hat's
Bange.
down. Yeah.
Bange. 981-ROOF, y'all. 981-ROOF. So,
people.
Now that we've talked about the roof, let's talk about the store.
Oh, yeah.
Miami Team Store, University of Miami. Promo code OBB. It's going to get you some money off.
OBB25.
OBB25 is the actual correct promo code.
It is.
Store is beautiful.
20% off, I believe.
Store is beautiful. I was down there recently with the daughter.
That's right.
And I went into the store, and it's Mecca. And you got to go ahead. You got to take a little vacation. You got to like just take
It's right by campus. If you're on campus, you run in.
Just for sure.
Well, now here's the best part, though. If you can't get in, MiamiHTS.com. It's
and how
the
easy
full
is that?
store, the whole thing. And the promo code works online. So
yeah,
have at it, man.
20% off. Miami Team Store. And
Bange.
that promo code. Good job. Good job. That was well done, though.
Bange.
I mean, it was so out of nowhere, but it was like so perfectly done.
Yeah,
I liked it. I loved it, actually.
Good.
And all right, so
promo codes?
OBB, that gets you 20% off at Manscaped, right? You need to go ahead and trim up the boys. It's raining outside. Your roof is protected. You got new Miami merch. Now take care of your merch downstairs.
It's hot.
Right?
So
It's hot. It's hot.
Warm.
You don't.
It's warm.
The last thing you need, right, is when it's that hot and you have a date and it's going in the right direction and they're wondering why you have a sweater.
Chronic dick.
Exactly. Thanks, Braylon. You're right on time. You're right on time. Manscaped. Manscaped. It's what's for dinner.
With a
Actually,
little
no,
baby wiener.
Yeah. Manscaped. Promo code OBB. Get yourself 20% off. Now, we talked about the boys.
I don't think Manscaped's slogan is "It's what's for dinner." Where did that come from?
Once I said it's what's for dinner, I said, no, that's probably not it. But
Take care of it properly. It could be.
Yeah.
Beatingthebookie.com is where you
There
get
you
all
go.
the packages.
Package.
And you can get free plays if you follow them at Beating the Bookie on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok, or X, I guess it is, or who knows what that's called these days. But that's where you get your packages. And we've got the NHL is over. The Panthers won it, as we know, and the Panthers have done a hell of a job over the last couple of weeks of signing.
Who in a row,
They've
bitches.
got
Talk about that in a
everyone on the roster through 2030, which is mind-boggling wild, right? So that's fun. Yeah. And as soon as we're done with these promos, I'm going to go change my shirt because the fact that my shirt is jet black is driving my screen nuts. And you know what it's doing to me? It's driving me even more fucking crazy every time I look at it. It's really starting to get to me.
that
It's been
shirt's getting
happening
really
for
high up
30
on you,
minutes.
too. Like, it's
And
just
continues to
I'm
get higher.
so pissed off right now because we have things to do before I can take a break. Anyway, we've got college football and the NFL heating up. If you don't follow, he's got his tennis going on. Wimbledon's going on. A lot of upsets over in Wimbledon I saw. And that's it. That's
Golf?
it.
What do we have for
Beatingthebookie.com.
golf?
Get your stuff. Yeah, golf, of course.
F1 pit stop, buddy. Go ahead.
You've got John Deere, and that's this week. And Novak is taken off. Took off last week at the Rocket. He's taken off John Deere. And then next week, they're off to the Scottish Open and then the Open Championship the week after that. It's going to be a nice trip over the pond for the boy. And that's it. Anyway, I'll be right back.
You see, it's just like,
Solid work on the high. There's got to be like 40
we drove
or 50
him
of
so
them
nuts.
far. Yeah. I think it's burrowing into the back of his mind at this point.
Yeah, I knew it was happening. He's gonna listen back to this. It's like these mother.
Sons of bitches. Said hi.
It's
Every chance they
fantastic.
got. Everything's high.
Yeah, he doesn't realize why we keep saying hi. So
Yeah.
because like we're bringing out the hat, now the shirt's coming out,
Why
and
is it so
he had to just
high?
leave the show again to go change his
He's
shirt.
driving himself insane. He's wound
Oh
up.
my
this week,
goodness, he's got a steering wheel in his pants. It's driving him nuts.
man. It's driving him nuts.
It's driving me nuts.
It's driving me nuts. One of my all-time favorite dad jokes.
My goodness. Yeah, for the whiskey aficionados, and there's plenty of you in the cane space, it was simple Buffalo Trace, simple syrup, some blueberries,
What is
the Italian cherries that we like. I was lazy. I didn't do I didn't do my little ice ball. That kind of ruined it.
That's a
and
whole
why I didn't-
thing. That's a whole
Yeah,
thing.
and you realize too what like your good whiskey. So like over the weekend, my son had his like official birthday party at the house, and like his second cousin, third cousin removed, not really on my side. So I had him, have a fine bottle of whiskey, right? And I had him do the fine bottle of whiskey, and then like we kind of polished off. It was a celebratory thing. My one brother, he's a firefighter as well, made the rank of captain. Really proud of him too. And next thing you know, like later on, he's like, "Hey, do you have more of that other stuff?" I'm like, "No."
I sure don't.
Bro, I had like 7 bottles.
No.
No, it's amazing. Like your what whiskey you bring out for people just shows you a lot. All right, and that's what I just had to say. Welcome back, Scoop. Oh, it looks so much better. Looks so much better.
So much better.
I have so much better high hopes for that shirt, bro.
for that shirt, yes. The
Let's
other
go.
one was just climbing higher and higher as you went.
It was driving me nuts.
Yeah.
It was driving me absolutely
It was
crazy.
going to reach the ceiling.
I know.
It was
I'm
gonna
gonna
reach the
like lose all my ears pretty soon.
Yeah.
All
I
of
saw
them.
that.
All two of them.
Well, you brought the Panthers up. They re-signed pretty much everyone, like you said. Marchand re-signed, Ekblad's re-signed, and I know we were off last week, but I did want to play the Marchand during the parade.
All right, let's go.
This moment, I just thought was great, and I just wanted to play it.
You know, a lot of people they don't like the way we play. They don't like, they call us dirty. They call us nasty. They call us bullies. So no, I would like to take this time to apologize to absolutely no one. We're the double champs. We do what the we want. Let's go.
Bro, the only thing he forgot to add was like, suck it. That was like the best WWE promo of all time. Way to go,
I just
Marchand.
loved it.
Oh, my
great.
goodness. Way to go, Marchand.
All right, well, we have other breaking news in the Wheel of Topics this week.
Uh-oh.
Do we?
Breaking.
We're down
Breaking?
to one escaped New Orleans convict.
I said one was going to get
We
away.
are
You said
down
two.
to one. You said
Two?
two.
Oh.
You
Okay.
said two.
We're
The
gonna
one,
get to
hey, the
send-
one
send
lasted
what
a
to Nago.
while.
Yeah. No, the guy they caught was Antoine Massey, face tattoo guy.
Yeah, the face guy.
So they nabbed.
I
the
thought he
face
would have
tattoo
been
guy.
like, that's easily recognizable. I mean, there's not a lot of people
the
in
guy
the
went on
population
social
that
media,
face
for
that.
Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they got him in an Airbnb in
Huh.
New Orleans.
Where'd he get the money?
Who the hell knows? But he was in New Orleans. Like, if you're escaped
Well,
from a New
well,
Orleans
see, that's
prison,
the
don't
thing,
you
though.
get the hell
Yeah.
out of Dodge?
How you getting out?
Try.
That's the problem.
Bro, I think the best thing is get a boat or something, dude. Just try to get on a boat and just like hijack it and just end up on a coast in Mexico and be like, I got lost, bro, but you're not sending me back. I don't know. Just do something.
Logistically, if you really think about this, how hard
I have an idea. Go ahead.
how hard it is. Like if you get out
Mhm.
and you've got nothing, how hard it truly is for you to get out of the space that you're in without being tracked, right? Because you have to do it without being tracked, obviously. There's cameras everywhere, right?
Oh, I know.
It's just, so you say in New Orleans, it's the safest place for him to be realistically, because otherwise he's getting caught somehow doing something. Now, the other guy hasn't been caught yet. Maybe he's dead, which is why they haven't found him yet. Who knows? But
Like
it's
Bobby
interesting.
McFerrin?
I got an He's dead like Bobby
Dead
McFerrin.
like Bobby McFerrin.
Maybe.
Don't worry, be happy. I got an idea, though. It just kind of came to me. What if, hear me out, what if you use that deportation app?
Oh, you self-deport himself?
Yeah, just self-deport.
I guess that's true.
Okay.
I guess you don't have to prove that you're from another country, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole point.
That's not bad.
They're
The only
gonna
thing
know
is
who
the
he
fingerprints.
is. Like he's
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. It's a government database. They'll run him instantly.
Yeah, but how? Like, are they going to facial recognition if they do? But if you're like a lot of those guys, there's like, yeah, I'm on a self-deport. I'm not from here. Just get on a plane and go.
It's worth a shot.
Or you end up at the instead of the Rock, you end up at the Croc, and you take your chances swimming out with the alligators. Just be
Possible,
like, all right,
too.
I'll take my chance.
Is that what they're calling it? They're calling it the Croc.
Yeah, the Croc.
Oh,
the Rock
that's great.
is
The Rock and
Alcatraz,
the
and then you
Croc,
got the
yeah.
Croc. Welcome
that's
to the Rock. And remember,
Yeah.
welcome to the Rock.
That alligator's got a python in his mouth. That was the one I saw
Whoa.
today. Was the alligator?
I thought you were going to say that alligator's got a python in his pants.
Well,
Whoa, Jedders.
Oh,
hey,
Get
jeez.
frisky. It's a cloaca,
He's-
which was always my
It's a cloaca.
favorite dynamic of the crocodile hunter. God rest his soul, is when he would wrestle with this. Oh, isn't she a beauty? Right? He's wrestling with this alligator. And then he goes and he sexes them because they have a cloaca, and we've talked about this. And then he would touch tips. And he'd be, oh, it's a male. It's like, all right, that's a fancy way of finding that out.
they would touch tips.
Hey, touch tips, bro.
Oh no.
Oop, that's a boy. Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh my god!
All right.
So where do you think the last guy is?
Ooh.
What's the last guy's background?
This is such an easy answer.
Oh,
He's in
that's a
San
good
Juantaneo. He's in San Juantaneo.
That's what I put on Twitter. I'm like Andy Dufresne driving the car.
He's San Juantaneo. He's in Mexico. He's waiting for
I'm
his friend
curious
Andy.
what his background is. Like, is he, does he have skills? Is he more capable than the other 13 guys or whatever it was?
See,
Did
Derek Groves is his name.
Let me ask. Go ahead. I'm
just trying
hooked.
to. I'm curious. Go ahead and ask. I'm looking up to see what if we know anything about this guy.
I'm curious though. If they run away and they don't come back, which is natural human instinct, right? You're incarcerated, and then this happens. Do they throw the book at you more when you come back? Is there like additional charges for trying to get away? Because isn't that your fault? Your job is to keep me here. My job is to try to get out. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of prison.
What you say, and they take it. They agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah. But I wouldn't be like, we're going to add another 50 years to your sentence.
I'm pretty sure
that's not my fault. You put walls here. Your job is to keep me in.
You failed. So Derek Groves was convicted in October of 2018 for killing 2 people, and then later pleaded guilty to battery of a corrections officer. So
that's the problem. Maybe he just needs to be away from corrections
that's
officers.
as much as I can get about
That's
him.
all we know. We
That's
don't know
all
what he
we know,
did
but I
for
know why
work.
he's
If
in
he was a,
there's no like full profile. It's not a dossier. on
was
this
he in
guy.
the military?
Yeah.
Was he? You know what I mean? Like,
No. Yeah, this
these
isn't
types
where
of
in the world
things.
is Carmen Sandiego. I can't look up a dossier on him and just tell you.
When I went to
everything
Italy,
about
they actually had that game on an app, a new version of it on the plane. I legit played that for like 5 hours.
Really?
I did. And it was not even low key. It was hard key hard. I mean, they were literally putting flags of countries I've never even heard of, asking me the most random facts. It was so much harder than I remember when I was younger. But I put it in a DOS RAM. Doop.
Oh, yeah.
And ran the code.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That was 8 bits. Yeah.
Yeah. It was amazing. That was a great game. Now it's really hard. You want to feel dumb? Play that version of Carmen Sandiego.
There you go. All right. Well, this will be the last story before we get to 5 questions here. I'm anxious to get everyone's opinion, Rome, yours specifically, about the New York City firefighter who got suspended this week for letting hot girls ride on the fire truck.
right on the fire. I mean, I thought you were going to say fire hose, but either way,
that's a different.
I think
video.
it's a good PR campaign, and I feel like I need a little bit more context clues here because your definition of hot and my definition of hot might be a little off. So, what made them hot? Were they incredibly attractive? Like why?
He landed in trouble after video captured 2 women laughing and waving to onlookers and snapping selfies while hanging out of the fire truck's cab window.
Bold move, Cotton. Bold move.
While on the street or like at the firehouse?
No, out for a drive.
Now, see,
took them out on the truck.
All right.
What if they just made a repair on the truck and they need to make sure it was working properly and they just happened? What if they were the mechanics?
And they just happened to be hot mechanics.
Yeah,
hot mechanics.
Yeah.
Not Mike and
Overalls.
the mechanics. It was it was like Brittany and Sarah and the mechanics. Yeah, there you go.
I've never been to that garage.
See, I have so many other questions too because I'm like, all right, here's where he's going to get dinged up if we're going to get technical. What truck was it? Was it on like an engine? Like, right? It was like the truck
Definitely
with the fire hose.
engine.
Of course,
it's a fire truck.
Well, those things never move without a full complement of people. And up there, it's like 4. So did he just take this solo?
Well, no, it's him and a driver.
Oh, even better.
So
he was in the passenger seat as they were waving out of the AO.
So were they on his lap?
Yes, obviously.
I would imagine so, right?
Hey, listen, take the write up, call the
Give
union.
the guy a promotion.
Take the right up and call the union.
Take the write up, call the union. You know what I'm saying? Hey, whatever. Lack of judgment, Chief. I'll go home for the day. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah.
I mean, obviously,
you can't say no to that.
That's good PR.
The whole point of being a firefighter is to be able to do that kind of stuff, right? To be like come get on the truck. Let me show you the hose. You know what I mean?
Let me see. And this is how it changes. This is the context clues, right? The fact that they were hot women is the only reason why he got in trouble.
Correct.
Because if it was 2 elderly ladies, that's so cute. If it's 2 kids, it's cute. If you had 2 people who needed fat pens, that's probably like okay too. Because if you got in trouble for that, then there's something else that we're not seeing. It just happened to be that
commercial.
Once you said hot women, that was the only issue.
That's the only reason
fact that they were hot.
Yeah.
Like,
What happened to this country?
Oh my goodness. Whatever. The things that happen in fire stations too, if they actually open it up, you would be surprised. But I don't know anything about it, so I'm not on duty today. Cheers.
I was gonna say you're not even in the station.
Yeah, he's not even with a hat on, nothing.
Anything that happens doesn't involve me. Thank you.
There's shifts, right? There's typically at a firehouse, there's 3 shifts, A, B, C, at least if you work a 24/48. Some people go in 24/72. Here's the rule. What happens on B shift stays on B shift. You got it, boys.
There it is.
Cheers.
All right.
5 questions.
With a little baby wiener.
Hey.
It's more annoying when he's not here when I hear that
I have
voice.
an extra bonus question today.
All right, cool.
I'm excited.
It's not very exciting, but I thought of it, so I
Well,
figured I was
now
going
I'm
to throw
not
it in there.
excited. No.
Okay.
All right. If you can hear a song again for the first time, what song would you hear?
Ooh.
Want me to go first?
Sure.
Yeah.
So the first time, I want the whole
I
experience.
have my answer too.
I want the whole experience though.
I don't.
Okay, and it's not going to be one of our own songs. So I'm sorry. Scoop.
No, mine isn't either.
The very first time I heard the song "Fix You" by Coldplay,
Yeah.
it was on that show, So You Think You Can Dance. And I watched this girl dance to a song I've never heard before. And she did a nice little contemporary number. And she danced beautifully. And I just remembered the goosebumps and I was blown away. But that was the first time I heard Fix You. And as soon as it was done, I looked up the song and I heard it and I had goosebumps again. And I'm like, that song's amazing. I would go back to that
Have you
moment.
seen the version
In San
of them
Paulo,
doing
Brazil?
it live
In Brazil?
with Michael J. Fox on stage?
I've seen clips. I haven't seen the full thing, but I have seen him do that in Brazil in front of like a
it has
million
nothing
people.
to do with Michael J. Fox on stage. It's just that version in that setting is one of the most dramatic live songs I've ever seen. Like it,
That song-
every time I watch it, I get goosebumps.
I'm going to spin off this question. I'm going to give it a 1B soon. But that song, Coldplay's Fix You, that song was meant to be played live. Like the way it's constructed, because
it's so much better.
Because it's a part A, part B song. Part A is
It's
melancholy.
very different. Correct.
It's telling a story. And then
It's
when
not a
that
true
guitar and when that guitar riff comes on, it's like
Yeah.
a completely different song, but it just
Correct.
mixes so
Yeah.
well. And when that end part of the song comes on, you're like, wow. So
I'm gonna have to watch it as soon as we stop the show. It's
all right, what song, boys? What song do you want to hear for the first time?
I'll go.
Go ahead. Yeah, I don't even.
I don't remember the first time I heard it. But if I could hear this song again for the first time, I
know
feel
what it
as
is.
though it would be as great of a song as it is every single time I hear it.
Do you?
And I will say this. No, that's a great song, though.
Okay, go ahead.
That is a great song. Pardon me.
Ooh, Incubus is part of me.
Incubus.
That floored me. Yeah, that floored me too, because that was a contrast floor. Meaning like when that verse structure's coming in, it's like really like kind of almost rap rocky.
Yeah.
He's got like some turntables in it, and then he hits the chorus. And you're like, oh, what? That is like one of the ultimate.
What is that? I mean, just so brilliantly
so
done.
great. Yeah, it was so great.
Like, and every time I hear the song, I will say this: that everyone is back on tour, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone from our era, we're not, but everyone else from our era who's now mid-40s is back on tour. Everybody, everyone you don't even think would be on tour is on tour. It's a wild phenomenon. I've never seen anything like it. And I've seen some Incubus stuff. And holy shit, he's fucking terrible.
Really?
Terrible. He couldn't be any worse than he is. It's remarkable how bad he is live.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've not seen Incubus live.
Don't look it up. It'll
15
ruin it for
years,
you.
probably.
He's so bad. He's so bad. Not a single note is in tune.
I know they're like a lot of the guys were related to this
way
other man,
out of tune.
but eventually, and they were like the underbrothers or the undertone of Incubus. But when Hoobastank came out, I liked Hoobastank a little bit.
Hoobastank was great.
Yeah.
And they accidentally put out whatever that song was. I can't remember the name of that song.
Reason.
And it ruined them.
It was a great song.
Great
Three-quarter
song.
time
Ruined
too.
them.
And you don't really more songs are 2-2-4-4. So to hear a three-quarter song that was like really wildly popular was
look,
pretty cool.
Any 3-4 time song that's done well is brilliant.
Brilliant.
You can't. It's the best. It's the best timing.
Jenners, did we
mile.
pique some interest?
Oh no, I was thinking of mine because I'm thinking of, for me, it's like the songs that I remember hearing when I was a kid.
Okay.
Less about like that don't have the emotional impact, but I remember the first time I got the Metallica Black album and listened to Enter Sandman.
Oh,
and it was just
that's
like,
cool.
Oh my God, like this, it rocked so hard.
That was a song destined to be great from the first time you heard that opening riff.
I could hear it today and still get the same vibe off it.
Yeah, and Virginia Tech borrowing that
so
song
good.
it just makes it.
So
all right, so here's the 1B to it. This isn't question 2.
Can we say another one?
Another
now I'm
song?
like fully
Go ahead,
intrigued
man.
by this topic.
But you're going to like 1B question.
Okay, but let me say another one.
Okay.
Lights
Camera.
by Air Supply.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
As a kid,
Yeah.
when I heard Air Supply as a kid, and the song Lights in particular, and I was like mesmerized by this guy. So, I mean, brilliant singer. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, 1B.
I need to get your take. It's kind of a question, but I want your take on it, okay? Every time this song comes on, my son just starts laughing at me because he's like, you say the same thing every time. But what I say is, to the song by Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight, is there any song that is going to be as timeless as that song? Because that song is pushing 50 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him today, I was like, 100 years later, this song is still going to slap. Is there any song that rivals that?
Song as a whole or something?
Like any song 100 years later is going to, like, people 100 years later are going to be like, damn, and still do the drum beat.
So it's interesting.
Well,
So that's the thing. It's the greatest
still gonna do the drum beat.
It's the greatest transition in any song ever written.
Yes.
Right. So I'm not sure it's the song. I think it's the transition and the riff.
Yeah.
More than the song. It just happens to be associated with the song.
But the question is,
I know I'm semanticizing this. I know I'm going to a really old word. I don't know if there's I don't know if there's an answer to your question. So ultimately you may be right. I'd have to think about, is there a song that everyone knows that transition? Everyone on the planet knows that.
Everybody knows that drum beat.
Everyone waits for it. If you hear it before the drum beat, you have to stay on the song till the drum hits.
And if you ever seen him do it live back in the day, he's wearing headsets like this. He looks like he's working in like a Burger King 80s drive-thru. Yeah. And he's just chilling. Oh, 2 eyes. And he looks like he's about to do your taxes too, because he had this, like, he wore slacks and like a button down. And then he's just perfect timing, gets back behind the drums because he was the drummer for Genesis for years and years and years. And next thing you know, I can feel it. That, like, every single time you're like, oh, how many people have hit their dash in their car when that part comes out? Millions.
By
Millions.
law, I think you have
and
to
think
play
about
you
how
could be in dead conversation and you just hear you're like talking to your buddy, like, hey, how's it going? Yeah, good. Tell me about, like, hold on. All right, where were you?
So how simple is that riff?
It's not hard.
Oh,
it's not hard, and it will never. I don't think it'll ever be clipped. Yeah,
That's literally the riff.
Just like
it's
couple
insane.
double beats.
Yeah,
just crazy.
I'm trying to think of some songs that obviously it's rock related. I don't know. I would. Oh man, I'd have to think that there's some hip hop riffs and a song Anonymous? That might be comparable.
Yeah.
Right. What's
hip hop Anonymous?
That good to be. What's that song?
Rapper's Delight.
Rapper's Delight. I think Rapper's Delight is comparable, maybe.
Yeah.
But see, this is the thing.
I don't think enough people know it.
But see, here's the thing. All right, this is a nice conversation to have too. When new school rappers hear old school rappers, they hate it. Right? When old school rappers hear new school rappers, they hate it. And I know Rapper's Delight's timeless. It's relatively timeless. But I still think you're going to have a faction of people who are always going to hate it because it's not new school rap. nobody's going to hate Phil Collins. There's no opposition force. There's nothing against it, right? It's just free to hit that beat into perpetuity, Scoop. Jenners. It will never be topped.
I know. I think you might be right. I can't consciously think of another one
No.
I'm going to keep thinking about this though, because I
can
like
think
this.
of songs that are old that still slap now. Like I think of Led Zeppelin "Immigrant Song."
Yeah, because you see Marvel, they
but
not enough. Yeah, but not enough people know that.
Right. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I think that's
that song.
It's not universal.
Roars.
Yeah,
I still laugh. It was one of the funnier things that transpired between two people, where a woman looks at a younger Robert Plant online and said, "Where are guys like this?" Right? She says, "Where are guys like this?" And Robert Plant has an old profile picture. He goes, "Hello." And she goes, "Get off my timeline." And he's like, "That's literally me in the picture."
That's literally me.
But she took a picture of him like from 50 years ago. He's like, "It's me. It's me.
No.
That's literally me."
Oh, goodness.
Not anymore, Robert Plant.
Oh no.
Not anymore. All right. Question number 2. What's a truth people aren't ready to hear?
That's another tough one. Go ahead. You have
truth the people aren't ready to hear.
You got one.
Sorry, bro.
I
I think in man culture, it's a lot easier to say. In woman
Yeah.
culture, it's almost impossible. You're fat. I don't think people are ready to hear that they're fat. Some people, absolutely not. Like, you are fat. You are obese. They don't want to hear it.
No, I think a lot of them know that. I think it's harder for a guy. Now I'm going to guys, not people in general, but to guys, to be told something in the effect of, "You just don't have it anymore."
Ooh.
Right? You're kind of over the hill with whatever
Cuts to
you
your
were
soul.
really, really good at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like guys retiring from the stage, or guys retiring from football or baseball. You just don't, you ain't got it. That's mentally crushing.
Father Time is undefeated.
Undefeated, dude. You can't. It's a bitch.
Jenners.
The only one I can think of is the people that sing the loudest cannot sing.
Oh no.
And it's like, you got to, every now and then you go down and tells me, "Hey, you can't sing. Just stop. Just stop singing. You can't sing. You can't."
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot
But
of
it's the
people,
people
you're
who
crushing
can't,
their
and
dreams.
they
They've
sing.
literally thought since they've been little kids that
they could.
they were going to bless the stage and make the next
sing,
Phil
I'm a
Collins
star.
timeless classic.
I was
Yeah, no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah. I mean, good parenting is the reason why that is. You know that, right? Good parenting. It's the parents that say, "Oh, no, you're the best. I'm supportive of you. Oh, you sound great." And they walk out of there. They're like, I sound great.
I'm going to be a star.
Let me tell you
know?
something. I have watched the past 2 days. I watched High School Musical, the first one and the second one with Maven.
God rest your soul.
And I can't believe this was in 2006, the first one, right? With Zac
I've seen all of them
Efron
with Jaina. Yeah.
and Melissa Hudgens. Melissa
Vanessa.
Hudgens now is
Vanessa
stunning.
Hudgens. Yeah.
Vanessa Hudgens,
Yes.
whatever her name is. She's stunning, beautiful, beautiful woman. They're terrible.
Awful.
Terrible.
There's zero
the
redeeming
first
value.
one wasn't that bad. The second one, my God, the singing was so fucking bad. I'm like, how many takes? You guys got to be able to do better than this. Like, it's got to be better than this. Like, it was really bad. I'm like, come on, guys. Like, you were
Bad
much
parenting.
better in the first one.
Bad parenting. Yeah. Oh, you were so great in the first one.
Oh, you were.
Oh, the second one's even better.
Tolerable.
Yeah.
The second one, my God.
Nope.
I'm scared to death of the third one.
Oh, they got progressively worse.
It's
Yeah.
worse in the third.
Oh, they get
Oh,
worse and worse. Because
I was
as
laughing,
the-
and Maven goes, "You don't like it?" And I'm like, "This is tough, babe. I got to be honest with you. This is tough to watch."
Oh.
Yeah.
Because as the music falls apart, so does the plot. Like
Yeah.
the movie's plot becomes so paper thin that you're just like, it's hard to even like enjoy it.
Man.
You're like, this makes no sense.
I don't even need a plot. Just perform
Well,
remotely
at least
well.
if it had a plot, you could follow it. It's just no.
Oh man,
No
It
redeeming
got bad.
value.
It got bad.
Yeah,
They're
no.
not good singers.
No.
Question number 3. A friend loses his memory. What do you do to help him get it back?
Who's the friend?
Yeah.
It's-
Toast
I
hurts his
have
head
different answers
and
for every
loses
friend.
his memory. Okay.
All right. What are we doing? What are we
doing
doing
to
with
get
Toast to
Toast's
get
memory
his
back?
memory back? I'll tell you. I'll know exactly what I'm doing. Where was the park that Jen got bit by
Bit
that
by the
by the
the
caterpillar?
camel toe munching caterpillar.
Caterpillars. Yeah.
I'm going to take him there and get him his favorite libation or something to get him really high.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to work. That's what we would do for Toasty. That's how we get him back.
Yeah. You spark one, you pass it to him. And it's
We
just
can
like
bring him.
instant
We can bring him
recall.
down to the studios and put him in the room with Jenners and Paul.
Yeah. How about Razor?
That'd go over well.
That's like when they locked up Jesse Pinkman at the end of Breaking Bad. He's going to lose
Yeah.
his mind.
Yeah,
He's gonna
good
be-
luck.
he's gonna go completely insane.
I mean, he'd
Like, what am I
come back
doing here?
real quick.
Yeah,
I mean, you
what am I
got to
doing
shock
here?
the system. That would do it.
It's electric shock therapy is what that is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Scooby, I know what I would do with you. It's bonus. I took 2 questions. Just say do
Uh-oh.
that. I'm just gonna be like, oh, he doesn't have his memory. I was like, okay. I was like, I would just get in the car, go to 95, south of your house. Yes, it's south of your house. Make a left on Oakland Park. Get out to the US 1 and be like, hi, Greg, can you open it up? And just let you walk into the culture room. You
Yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah,
You
I'd
figure it
that
out.
shit
No, you went way too far. All you got to do is give him the Bange hat with the font too high, and his brain will just snap back in a heartbeat.
hell?
The hell shit is this? Where's my normal
That
hat
sucks.
guy? Like it'll come back in a
Did you hear
heartbeat.
him? Did you hear him? The genuine disgust. This hat sucks.
Sucks. The problem is I'm going to go back. I just happened to be there. I was back. The currency exchange place is right there. It's literally next to Lids in the mall. So I went back there to give back our euros and get my cash back, and it's right there. So I'm like, I'm just going to walk over there because they have it on file, and I'm literally right here. And the guy wasn't there, and I'm like, I mean, how hard is it? And then I told him, hey, I even
Really hard.
told
Famous
him I didn't
last
even
words.
let him mess it up. And he still messed it up. So I'm just going to have to text my guy next time and be like, look, I got to come back in. This hat's a piece of shit.
Gotcha. Jenners, how you getting your friend's memory back?
I think you're sort of hit on all the things. You take them to somewhere that's like, you can't not forget this place. Like if it's anyone in my family, it's my house in New Jersey.
Oh.
Because the minute you walk into that house, it's like, oh no,
Smells.
the smells,
Yeah.
the whole, the everything, the vibe, the whole thing.
Question number 4. What's something you shouldn't try, even though people say you'll never know unless you try?
Drugs.
That's
Not
a
like
valid
casual
answer.
drugs, but like
It's a valid
hard
answer.
drugs.
Genuine answer.
Hard drugs
That's a
Hard
valid
drugs, yeah.
answer. Yeah.
scare me.
Something that you say it again.
All right, here we go. What's something you shouldn't try, even though people say you'll never know unless you try?
Thought of another one.
Go ahead.
Skydiving.
Oh, what are you talking about?
People are like, oh, you gotta try skydiving. It's
You
great.
do have
I'm
to
like,
try it.
Hey, now.
No,
It's amazing. Oh my God.
no. This is the ground upon which I live. I
There's
don't
a
need to
lot
go
of
up
other-
in a plane and plummet
Look,
to it. I'm
Look,
good. I'm
look,
square.
look. First of all, there's a misconception about skydiving. The misconception is it's not like a roller coaster. It's not like, you don't, that losing your stomach feeling, or
Yeah,
you don't
it's-
jump
I know
out
it's
of a
not that. Yeah.
you don't jump out of a plane and lose your. It's not that sensation. It's not like you're falling in that you're like because you have the losing your stomach. Totally different sensations. You're already moving, so that's not. You literally feel like you're floating for however long it is. It's incredible. It's one of the most incredible things you will ever experience.
Hard pass.
I'm on Team Jenners with this one.
I've
so-
done it. I've done it 3 times. I will tell you, the third
hard
time I
pass.
was like, okay, I've done it enough. But the first 2 times, holy shit.
I got to go last because I'm going to say my answer and immediately go into question 5. So I
I don't know an answer to this.
You don't?
No.
So you're going to pass?
Pass. Go.
All right. So your default of an answer, because once I go, we're not coming back.
You never know.
All right. My answer is men. Okay. You are in a food fight. These items in your food war armory you have 3 items in your food war armory. What are they?
Say it again. You have 3
All
items
right,
in your
all right.
food war.
You are in a food fight.
war.
I
Yeah.
was stuck on
Yeah.
men.
Yeah, I know. It really threw me off.
No, I'm
Okay.
not. That was the point of my answer.
Yeah.
All right. You are in a food fight. You have 3 items in your food war armory. What are they?
Okay.
I have a question for clarity on this.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you trying to do damage, or are you trying to create a mess?
This is
what's
the
the
brilliance
goal?
of 5 questions, Jenners. You do whatever the hell you want. You want to make a
hit
mess or
someone
you want to
with-
do damage?
You hit someone with an apple, it's not going to make a mess, but it's going to leave a fat bruise on their head.
All right.
Okay, I've got 3.
Go.
Pineapple.
That was one of mine. That's
Even
damage.
Throw a pineapple.
That's damage.
The second one, octopus.
That's a good one,
Oh.
too.
My third one is an urchin.
Damn,
you
Scoop
went
is
sharp,
looking for
man.
damage,
Yeah, you
right?
are.
And then
It's a
just
food fight. I'm looking to hurt somebody.
But
And then
whole idea
wrap
of
'em up
food
with an
fight
octopus.
Is the idea of fun? It's a food fight.
No, it's not
you went
fun.
out.
I mean, it's fun for me. It may not be fun for you.
It's the sharpest food I can get my hands on. I just want to throw a fish at someone. Just as throw a fish at somebody. Just hurl a giant fish at someone.
yeah, that's
I don't know
that's
why.
pretty good.
You never come back from getting hit in the face with a fish. You know what I mean? Like it's a long road back from that.
All right, Jenners, you want to throw a fish? You got 2 more items. What other? What are they?
I'm gonna go tomato. Just
Oh,
because
okay.
you go the classic splatter of a tomato. And then God, I'm trying to think of another one would be fun. What would be cool? Hit someone with like a cantaloupe or something. It's like a cannonball.
Yeah, cantaloupe is good too. All right, for me, just a handful of spaghetti, bro. I just think that's just gonna be
Kind of
so.
thought about that too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like just a handful of spaghetti, and bro, the next day I'm getting a lot of those live lobsters, the main kind. I'm cutting them out and I'm just tossing them. Just letting those bad boys just go ahead and pinch and latch on, bro. Pinch and latch on, Larry the Lobster.
You're throwing
pinch and
live
latch on.
lobsters.
Yeah,
Oh,
live
wow.
ones. It's just
Okay.
like you know how they
you
have
could
them
do
in
like,
that. You always feel bad about them. You know they're over there in that tank.
Throw
Yeah.
a bucket of crawfish, huh?
Yeah, and then for whatever reason, because it's just a fun word to say, but just kiwis. Just sit
You
there,
mean
just
chucking
unload
kiwis?
on them.
Throw kiwis.
Yeah, just a bunch of kiwis, live lobsters, kiwis, and spaghetti.
There you go.
Very
We got this, boys.
Throwing
And that's
avocado
5
in there and We're in
questions.
good shape.
Well,
What are we
I'm
naming
going to
this?
do my bonus. I'm going to do my bonus
Okay,
question.
okay. Sorry.
Oh,
Before
yeah,
we
well,
name
It's
it,
okay. What is something that you love and at the same time hate?
Goodness.
It can be a sound, it can be an event, it can be anything, but something that you love but hate at the exact same time. Because I had this happen to me and I thought to myself, that's definitely a question I'm bringing up. I'm going to contribute.
Again,
Something you
the week
love?
of toast is out.
Oh.
Show prep contribution. I love it.
That's right.
Oh, bro,
It's off
it's
the
in our.
show.
All right, for
Don't
me,
tell them.
it's for my namesake. It's not my namesake, our namesake, the Miami Hurricanes. I
Yeah.
love them, and I hate them at the
They
same
got
time.
you.
That's
Yeah.
a good one. That's a good one.
They were my childhood team. I've loved them for as long as I can remember. My waking memories involve being on teams that these are Miami Hurricanes. My friends were based on the Miami Hurricanes. I don't really have close friends who are not Miami Hurricane fans. That's the truth about me. Yeah, but I hate them too. I hate them.
I like it. It's a good
It's
answer.
a good one. I mean,
That's
I feel
far-
like anybody's sports team. could
Far,
be the
far
answer.
away from where I am, but
All right.
good answer. Janice?
I could go mindless like The Amazing Race. I love to watch The Amazing Race. My Shannon and I watch it all the time. Great show. Stresses
Still
me
on?
out the whole time. Oh yeah,
What?
stresses me out the whole time because
That
the
show's
whole
still
show
on
The whole
television?
show is you're late and you're lost, and those are my 2 things that I hate more than anything in my life. But I love the competition. I love them. I love where they go around the world. I think Phil Kogan's a good host. It's a fun show to watch, but the whole time I'm just like,
I can't believe it's still on.
Oh yeah, still running.
Wow. The same host?
That's a mindless one. Same host, Phil Kogan. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Phil's been hosting. Him
and
Probst.
That's the gray haired dude, right?
So I'm trying to think. Yeah. So there's I would guess that him and Probst, the guy from Survivor, are the two leading tenured guys ever for a show, except for two other guys. I can think of two other guys that were on longer than him. I may be wrong about that.
You talking about like a reality show or just in general, like a host of a show?
Host of a show.
Okay.
Oh, Bob Barker.
Who are the other two guys?
Bob Barker.
Sajak.
Yeah, you said
Sajak.
And Sajak and Bob Barker, right?
And then if you wanted to go, Trebek.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, all those guys are gone now.
How long did Rogan do Fear Factor? He did that for a while.
Fear Factor was like, no, not that long.
10 years, maybe.
Not that long. Now he's trying. Now he's just trying to outrun the Liver King now.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So what's your answer? What do you love and hate at the same time? You brought up the question.
Yeah, I did. When you're driving and you have your clubs in the car and the irons are clanking against each other, right? So you guys don't drive around with clubs in your car. So
how high is that pitch?
It's not very high.
Okay.
Clank, 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 clank.
Okay.
But it's when you go over bumps and the iron heads are clanking against you. So I love it because I love that sound.
Because you're going to the course.
Because I mean, they're going to the course, or it's just, it's great for me. I love the sound. It's like a flushed iron, right? I mean, love the sound. But I hate the fact that there's a rattle behind me. Love it and hate it at the exact same time. I was driving and I'm like, oh my God. So anyway,
it just hit you.
Do you guys have Pop Strokes
totally.
by you? Pop
There's
Stroke
one in Delray. That's the closest one.
I will tell
I've
you.
Heard of it though.
Pop Stroke? No, Pop Stroke's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
really good food
fun.
actually.
This is the Tiger Woods
good
thing,
food.
Right?
Yeah,
good foods. It's like instead of being like Top Golf where you're driving, you're actually playing. But they're not like it's like realistic greens.
Yeah.
It's not like
it's
it's
fun.
tough too.
It's fun.
Franco and I went. It was a great place. You brought up golf.
No, it's really good. Look, I think I've told you this before. The best chicken fingers I've ever had in my life.
Pop Stroke? Oh, good.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
They have ice cream in there too. You can play ping pong. Like you just don't go there to play like putt golf. Like you're putting. It's like real life putting.
Yeah.
They got 2 18-hole courses, but then you could go ahead and they got like
there's a
ping
bar
pong. You
in
can
the
play
middle.
cornhole. You can play bar. You can have ice cream. You just it was a good time. I walked away really impressed. I just randomly was doing
it's pretty cool.
things for my son.
Location there in Delray, but
what are we naming this?
Ooh.
Oh. Penguins don't have lips. early pre-show entry.
Not true.
Not true. No, it's true. Penguins don't have lips. Not my normal hat guy. A 12-inch mythical horn. It's what's for dinner. I don't know why it makes no sense. It's a cloaca. Call the union. And I was stuck on men. Those are the ones I wrote down.
Oh my goodness! It's between penguins. It's between penguins don't have lips
for dinner.
And I was stuck on men.
Oh no, I'm two totally different things. I'm with what's for dinner. It's what's for dinner, and the 12-inch mythical horn.
Mythical horn.
All right, Jenners, you're the tiebreak.
Oh man, I'm gonna go 12-inch mythical horn just because there's something about that to be like, what the hell?
What the hell?
It's what's for dinner.
Oh my goodness!
It's what's for dinner is damn funny.
That's really good. Actually, I might swap it up to that one. That one made me laugh harder.
It's
what's for dinner.
I forget, what was that even about?
It was in the promos.
Manscaped promo.
Oh, Manscaped promo.
All the places to drop that. It's what's for dinner. Where are you eating? I thought you weren't stuck on men.
Anywhere we can.
Oh, it's silly. All right, well.
All right.
As always, go Canes.
Go!
Bange.